Good morning, everybody. Pastor Stitch, Narrow Path Christian Church, BC, Bay City, Michigan. Welcome to the Biker Devotional. Today is July 5th, 2024, and we are looking at Proverbs, chapter 5. Today, we're looking at verse 21. Proverbs 5:21, and it says this: For a man's ways are before the Lord. The man's ways are before the Lord's eyes, and he considers all his paths. As I was looking at that this morning, it continues on. A wicked man's iniquities entrap him. He is entangled in the ropes of his own sin. He will die because there is no discipline and be lost because of his great stupidity. I was looking at it this morning and looking at what it says, and of course, it was talking just before that about a man not wandering away from his wife, and being with another woman, and talking about making sure that he uses what God gives him for his benefit and not just letting it be scattered all over. But I'm looking at that and I'm thinking to myself, a man's ways are before the Lord's eyes, and he considers all his paths. And as I'm looking at it, I'm realizing, God watches. He watches all the things that I do, all the things that you do. Good morning, Sandy. Good morning, Rhonda. Good morning, Victor. Good morning to the rest of you that are watching. He watches us. He sees what we do. And as I was looking at it this morning, I realized something. Our ways, the things we do, he watches. And he knows. It was interesting as I looked at these words. God considers our paths, right? He knows the patterns of our actions. This morning before I started my reading, I was reflecting on my days, and I do a little bit of journaling. I'm not as good at it as I should be, but I do journaling, and as I was making a note from yesterday and this morning, things that were in my mind, I realized, I need to go back and look at this a little closer, because I bet you there are patterns for numbers of days that it takes for these things to come back around. Because I was writing something and I thought to myself, I wrote that just recently. Wonder when that was. And started thinking about, is it the same thing, or what's going on, and what triggered this thought in my mind. And I realized something as I was reading this morning. God watches. He knows all the patterns of our lives. Not only can I look at my journal and see it for myself, but it would be so much better if I went to the Lord and said, Lord, you know all the patterns of my life. Search me, Lord. Test me. Show me where I'm wrong. Point it out and help me correct it. If I did that before I even looked at my journal, it may be amazing the corrections and the things that I actually see. Because he knows all the patterns of my life, not just the things that I think are significant. So the challenge today, God knows all the patterns of your life. Are you willing to ask him to show you what they are and show you how to correct them? If we're honest, the answer is no. I hate to say it, guys, but that really is your answer. You're not willing to ask him to show you your patterns, and you're not willing to ask him to change them because your patterns have developed over time and you're comfortable in them. How do I know? Because I am too. And I need to work on that today. I share today, like I do every day, where my weaknesses are, so that you can see that we can all grow together. And I hope that in seeing that, you know I love you all. And I hope you have a great day. God bless.